Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for more Age of Wonders 4. We're continuing our campaign, hopefully against Alfred here, trying to move southwest and target Elderholm here to hopefully knock somebody out of this game. I got to start dropping some of these AI enemies quick, or I'm going to get overwhelmed. I'm already feeling like I'm getting a bit overwhelmed here. So, in the last episode, we did manage to take out one of Alfred's cities. And just now kind of mopping up the leftovers, but there was some pretty fierce resistance, so should probably expect more of that going forward. Before we carry on, let me go through your feedback for this episode. A few things actually, the first comment comes from me, I guess, a note that I left for myself. On this turn, I need to plan to move my capital. However, I need to plan a spot for that capital to go. I can't do it right away because, as Jim Bro reminded me, I can't really do much in this immediate area until I've cleared these city ruins. That's going to take 3 turns to do, and I don't know if I want to wait that long. But as I was looking around at these provinces, I noticed that you can see kind of the borders of them here. This one borders this tile and this tile, but not this one. So if I can get here quickly, I can pack up my city and move it possibly on this turn, which is what I think I'm going to try to do. So we'll get to that in a minute, but I'm thinking this one seems like a good place to go, as long as it's not directly bordering one of Alfred's cities over here. I don't know if he's got another city crammed into this area somewhere, so I'm going to try to find that out here pretty soon. Let's see. Other comments from you guys include Ship's Accountant for the polymorph on my ritual list that I've been using, reminding me that the polymorph on the ritual list, which apparently differs from the polymorph you can get on a wand, this only lasts for 1 turn. So the ideal use for this is to use it on an enemy, like right before to make it easier to kill that enemy. Personally, I think a great choice for a spell like that would be to target berserkers, because then you could get around their steadfast. So I think that would be a good use for it if I can remember to do that. Or just in general to take out a unit that's really being problematic and that you can focus some fire on that particular turn. So on that note, easier or better to use it earlier in the turn so your other units can do more damage. From Roderick, cities losing population when their provinces are annexed by an enemy is a fairly recent change. In case anyone was wondering, there was some confusion about that. But yeah, when you pillage, or specifically annex, an enemy province that is pillaged, so I guess you don't have to be the one who pillages it, but if you annex a province from an enemy city, the enemy city actually loses a population. That wasn't always the case. I was talking about that in the last episode, but I failed to mention that wasn't always the case. That was a fairly recent change. So if anyone was confused about that, that's what I was referring to. I'm still not entirely sure why his city dropped a population when I sieged it and moved into it. Maybe there is a mechanic in the game that causes city population to fall after a siege battle is finished. I'm not really sure about that. So I was hoping it would have 15 pop, because then when I raised it, I'd get more bonuses out of it, but it dropped to 14 anyway, so ended up not mattering. From Chris Lighthawk, now is probably a good time to invest in an item forge. I have lots of spare magic items to break down. Also pointing out that Genghis Khan in particular could use a better bow. I think he's still got his old OG tier 1 bow, so yeah, I probably should get on that, shouldn't I? I will probably build that as one of the next things. I am going to finish the wizard tower first. In fact, I'm going to hurry production of that wizard tower now, because I definitely want that. However, we're going to be packing up and moving the city on this turn, so I'm not going to bother building anything in there yet. Then from Chris Lighthawk, remember to use Scalds for AOW buffs whenever possible. Attacking should only be done if they can't provide buffs. And it's, as a reminder to myself, one of their buffs is best to use earlier in the fights too, because it builds morale over time. Yeah, I've been really misusing the Scald. I occasionally use them. I don't remember which army it's in. I don't know if it's in any of these armies anymore. Did I drop it? Must be back here somewhere. But yeah, there the Scald is. Okay, yeah, so basically, there have been moments where I've just used her to launch an attack, and that's not necessarily what you want to do with them. The base chance to trigger insanity is pretty low. It's only a base 40%, so it's very unlikely you're going to get insanity out of these guys. Generally speaking, if one of these two abilities is available, which since they both have a cooldown of 2, is it 2 in addition to the 1 turn where you cast? I think one of these would always be available. If you cast one on 1 turn and then cast the other one on the next turn. So basically, probably should be pretty much constantly buffing with these units. They're way better at that than they are at attacking. Scald's not involved in my main camp or my main army here anymore, though, so I probably won't get a whole lot of chance to use her that much. But if things change, I'll try to remember that. And then finally, Chris Lighthawk cleared some confusion at one point when Genghis Khan hit a unit with an arrow in the last episode, specifically from his snapshot ability. It did not break that unit's retaliation. It's because he grazed. If you graze with this, then you cannot cancel retaliations. I didn't notice that it was a graze, so, or I had forgotten one way or the other. But yeah, that's why that didn't work. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. One other that I might bring up when I'm actually in combat. But for now, I think we can just carry on. Let's, I do have a quest back here, don't I? I wonder if I could run some guys out to deal with that. Probably could. I mean, these units don't look that tough. I could send some guys back and deal with them. I don't really care about any of these infestations, but yeah, let me do something about that before I forget they're down there. Everybody in these groups is pretty good. I'm gonna leave the scout out of this. We'll bring let's bring a couple of these guys down. We'll get another paladin in one of these groups. I could do this. Move you here, that way you've got a paladin. Everybody gets a paladin. Okay, what's the fastest route to those guys? Looks like those roads there. So let's take that path. No enemies in this area, right? I'm not walking my armies into a trap. It doesn't look like it. Bring your group. And then may as well just add more paladins, high tier units. I am going to need at least a couple units over here. Those guys I have a different plan for. But yeah, anyone in this city can move, I think. So I'll do that. Go there. Take this guy here. And then that group should be more than capable of dealing with these guys. Okay, I'm just not going to allow spells. I don't see a need to for a fight like this. Yeah, smoked him. Alright, what do I get? Order boon, city stability. I could take treasure. I could gain food. I could gain the mending book of true sight. What does that do? Oh, well, I saw mending and thought maybe it was healing, but it's not. It gives Rune of Command Frost, though. That's actually really good. While Army Leader, all non-hero units in the army have one negative status effect dispelled at the start of each turn in combat. That's a really good item. True Sight I don't really care that much about, but... yeah, I'm going to take the item. I don't really need the food or the money that badly. I need to decide who gets that. Probably by default Genghis. Yeah, he's not even holding anything, so yeah. Genghis is just going to clear status effects on the people in his army. I like that. Okay, cool. Now I need to get these guys heading back. I'll stay out of the infested territory for the moment. And then I'm going to go ahead and pack up my city, which is an instant process as I understand it. There we go. And that city can move right away. Now I gotta figure out exactly where it's gonna go. I meant to check, I wanted to check my target destination first, but I forgot to. So, well, let's really hope that's clear, because if not, I'm going to have to go to a weirder spot like there, which, you know, not the end of the world, but it's still moving in the right direction, but I would much rather go here if I can. All right, the next thing I need to do is fix this little mess here. So I'm going to take you, pull you there, and we're going to replace that hero with this one. Because he is very injured. He is always very injured. This guy is going to... Actually, all these guys are going to move kind of down this way. And then you are going to move minus that injured guy. I want to bring in somebody healthier to help here. Although oh, you know what? He doesn't have Faithful, though. I do want the guy with Faithful to be getting XP, so I guess we'll leave him. Alright, that's fine. And then you guys should attack this group. This should be a safe battle. Yeah, this looks fine. I'm gonna auto-combat this. I will go ahead and cast spells. And hopefully that doesn't backfire too hard. Well, something about it did, so I guess we're doing this one on our own. Fortunately, injured people are with the Ritualist's army, so they should be fairly easy to patch up. At least I'm pretty sure they were. Yeah, they are. Alright, so what went wrong here? These just aren't that scary looking of units. Maybe they got lucky with the Scald and something bad happened. Well, everybody should probably go this way. I'm gonna just drop a AOE heal centered on her. So that we can start triggering that regen as fast as possible. In fact, I probably should have arranged this differently to give the, maybe I still can. If I run him up here, yeah. Get lay on hands on this guy. Okay, then Genghis can probably just move straight forward. Maybe guarded by a friend in case they charge him. And then all these guys go straight up the middle. Actually, you... I think I want to heal you. Yeah, you could use lay on hands. I want that thing kind of up in the middle so it can drop an AoE depending on where these guys end up going. Okay, they are gonna just come running out at me. That's fine. I knew that might do that. I was kind of hoping to bait him with Genghis a little, actually. It would have been a little worse if the Scald had managed to turn this guy insane. Wait, did they? They did, actually. How do they manage that? No, it's Ceaseless Cacophony. Never mind. Different icon. It's like, how do they get so lucky with that 40%? Okay. Now we gotta get these guys off of me. Keep forgetting to use the mark spell that I have on the world map. It would make my archers so much better, and I have consistently been failing to use it. Alright, I think what I want to do is break guard on these guys and cancel retaliation. So I'm going to open with that. And I grazed, but I guess I still kind of canceled the retaliation because they used it against me. Seal bearers can be really annoying. I need to get in their face. I'm gonna do that now, and we'll just do a good old smite. That's a pretty meaty hit right there. I'll take that. Okay, that guy is in the bushes. In fact, these guys are too. The crows. I think if I attack them, it might take out the bushes. Not really sure why these guys want to run. Oh, because it's a flank if they do that. You know what, that's fine, because it puts you a little closer to the enemy anyway, so. If I could kill those crows, that would be ideal, because I would like to send this guy out here to start harassing those units in the back. I actually think that 2 hits are probably better than 1 here, so. You know what, I am going to take away the retaliation. Now, I think that did destroy the foliage they were on. Yeah, it looks like it did. Maybe... Oh, they were a flying unit, so the foliage didn't matter. I just have a base 70% chance to hit regardless. Okay. Well, I should be able to kill them on this turn. I may want to phase this guy behind them. Yeah, probably here. Then I can get some point-blank flank attacks instead of regular attacks. There we go. Then this guy can now run straight in. Get a big hit on them. I can keep those units in the back from causing too much trouble. Now I need to deal with this tanky shield guy, and I think that's going to be a job for Genghis. I might go ahead and use, yeah, just because the more often you use it, the better it is. I'm going to go ahead and burn his decisive command here. Just not sure which unit I want to use it on. I think, actually, I could use the Pyre Templars' help here, so I'm going to have them go again. And then if they move up here, I believe they can take out the bush that this guy is standing on. Yep, it disappeared. That'll make it easier for follow-up attacks from really anybody that has a ranged attack. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We'll set them on fire. Hopefully. No, we didn't fire. That's too bad. Let's see. Genghis could use Snapshot. My cleric has a pretty... Yeah, if I gang up on him, I believe I could kill him. Okay, we're landing some crits because I'm in those happy flowers. I don't know what you call them. Let's see, for touch by faith. You know what? I'm going to use this here, Touch of Grace, on you, because you just could use a little bit of top off on your health. And I think I'm going to send you out to harass the enemy out here. They're in also Lucky Clovers, right? Not anymore. Okay. So now I just need to kill him. I believe if I go here and trigger momentum, no, it's not quite enough. I need that third shot. So I might teleport them to this spot and then shoot him from there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Use this to go here. This should be a kill. Okay, kill anyway because of the crit. I'll take it. I just try to not plan for it too much. Then I can drop a big AOE. Not sure. None of these guys have any buffs, so I can't, like, remove their buffs. This one hits the most things. This one does a little more damage, I think. The charge units are generally not that scary once they're already in your face, so I'm going to worry more about, like, bothering the units back there. I can also do the same with Incinerate, although that, actually, I don't have as good of a chance to hit. Okay, for this, I'll just hit these two here. And this guy is going to be able to mess them up bad, because they just charged into a pole arm. I'm going to use you to teleport behind this guy. That's big damage with those flanks. Then you can hit him, knock him back, probably kill him. I'll actually have you do that. There we go. Oh, nice. I ended up getting the crit and got the kill. I'm getting a lot of crits that I'm not planning for, which is great. I could turn one of these into a different type of enemy, but I'm not sure that I really need to. I think in this case I would rather use her to do damage and then kill both of these things. So I'll have him target the one that has more health. And then that really lowers both of them down quite a bit. It's not quite enough for her to land the kill, though. I mean, I could get my help from my cleric. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Or what I could do, better idea, is run around behind and smite, and go into defense mode. And then she can move up here. I could even polymorph one of those guys if I just wanted to shut them down for a turn. I'm gonna have the cleric as far this way as I can. I'll take the 90% on you and just deal damage. And then I think I'll just use her to, we'll just use her to actually get a kill here. But I am gonna move into, actually, you know what? Just stab him. There you go. That way she's kind of behind the frontliners there. And then this guy has plenty of movement. I'm gonna have him go up to this spot so he's guarded. And I believe that's it. Yeah, half their army is gone now. Where you guys going? Alright, we can chase these guys down now and wrap this fight up, I think. I'm gonna send him out here. Do his big AoE attack. Set some people on fire. Oh man, these Striders are doing great. These guys aren't even leveled up that much. I mean, part of it's because I keep landing crits, but still. Is this a... No, that's attack on a single unit. For some reason, I keep thinking this is like an arcing, like sweeping attack that hits in a cone, but it is not. Okay, I'm gonna have you go here. And she'll just destroy that guy. Crits are coming in huge for me here, man. Okay, I will do the... You know what? Let's just do the charge attack. There's another crit. Hey, I can go this way. Genghis can probably land a kill here. No, he can't. Genghis's attack sucks. I'll be working on that. Okay, get a better bow for him, like Chris was saying. What do we have here? You are just... Okay, you are weak to fire, so we're gonna do that. And you're also weak to radiant damage or spirit damage, so I'll do that. How the heck did I lose stuff in this fight? This isn't even close. Yeah, I'll polymorph you into something, just for fun. Okay, you're now a baby spider. Oh, it's a baby spider with slip away is what it is. I don't know if I can chase it down now. Maybe I can. To do something weird, but... But I'm pretty sure I can. Actually, there's a few things I could do here. How far can you go? Who's still got movement? Okay, I think I'm gonna use it on this guy. If I move here and use Recovering Windfall, I can pull that unit closer and then get close enough to actually land a shot, but I don't know if it'll be enough to kill. It is. Nah, you don't get to run away. That's not how this works. Okay, that was not even a fair fight. I don't know what the problem was there in the auto. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now I need to remember to clear those city ruins. That was very important feedback left for me in the comments, so I am definitely going to remember to do that, but I do need Genghis to do something else first. I need to make sure that this tile here is clear. In fact, I have a different plan for those city ruins. I'm gonna maybe slightly risk that Strider there, and he's gonna do it on his own, whereas the rest of the army are all gonna pile in to this spot. But only, actually, I'm only gonna do that if it says I can build an outpost on this tile. I'm not sure that you can check that. If somebody knows if you can check that without actually moving a unit to it. Okay, that is a valid city spot. So the next thing we need to do is get to the center of it and prevent the enemy from annexing it. So we just have to hold that down for a turn or two while I move my city in. You know what? That's not worth the risk because my city needs protection on the way. I need to leave it near all my other armies. So yeah, it can get to about here, so we're gonna just guard the city. Alright, so we just have to hope they don't annex that tile on the next turn. Because I can't quite get the city close enough to where I can protect the central tile and also protect the city. Actually, no, I have 4 armies here. I think I can do this. Because the armies can still protect each other. How much is this? Yeah, actually, I could do this. This is entirely possible. So we're going to drop somebody who's injured. Probably this champion guy. And I'm going to have the ritualist stand here with the city. Genghis's army can go the more forward position and go here. That prevents them from annexing this or doing anything with it. Let's see, I still got the archer, so I still got somebody to clear the city ruins. I need all other available units to... Actually, I might have him clear the city ruins, because he's right there, and Ritualist is with that army. And then if I position one army here, and my other army here, these have a triangle of full protection, but they're also both protecting Genghis. Yeah. So no matter what happens, we're good. Now this guy's pretty beat up. I'm hoping he doesn't wind up in a battle, but if he does, I'll just have to try to patch him up. And then you take a turn and just start the pillage or the clear process on those. Oh, hey, he can still move after that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to have him go back to Clawmark Cave, which is friendly territory for now, and he can patch up there. I believe that is in my territory, right? I think it is.
Huh?
I'm not totally sure that it is. Also, I would like to keep him kind of close to my other units here, but also I need him far enough away that depending on how they jump in and attack me, if they do. I don't think any units would attack me if I stood him here, but I'm not sure that I want to take that remote of a chance with my capital. I don't want a stack to attack him and then pull him in with 2 other stacks and get outnumbered. And I don't want to, I know that it's very unlikely that standing like here, that would happen. So we're just going to send him back. Yeah, he'll heal a little faster there. I don't want any chances. When I'm moving my capital like this, I absolutely have to take 0 chances. Get rid of all those. I can go ahead and at least give him a full stack so that he's not like an easy target. And then all these guys are on their way back, but they're kind of protecting each other. Okay, so we're looking good, I think. Immediate area cleared. City ruins are being disposed of. Capital is on the move to what's probably going to be a great new spot, because I got wonders here. I've got plenty of territory to pillage, and I've got free stuff behind me that I can pick up. So just hold down that position until the city gets there. I think they took my outpost. Okay. They're capturing it. That's fine, I guess. There might end up being another city over there that I have to deal with eventually. I got the Arcanium ore on this turn. It was good timing because I needed to move. And now I've gotten to the point where I do have teleporters. I just don't actually have a reason to use them right now. So I'm just kind of not going to. Okay, I need more Imperium for this. I will get this on the next turn. It's available on one turn, and I will have enough Imperium on the next turn. And that's going to be a bunch of extra gold and mana. So it should help me to continue to just spend money like crazy on lots of units. Okay, we have another hero in the prison. I'm gonna actually leave them in the prison for now because I don't have access to the Eternal Bedchamber anymore, and I think I would rather have a little bit of extra research if I can get it out of that the prison's structure that you can build in your city. So I'll hold off on that. Cataclysm is struck. What else is new? And now I think we are ready as soon as it's done with the quick save. There we go. I definitely don't want to have to redo any of that. I don't expect a whole lot of resistance here on this turn, but I think I've been saying that almost every turn, and the enemy keeps coming up with massive armies to throw at me. But I did just beat the ever-loving daylights out of both Alfred, Flammic, and the dragon who I can't pronounce his name. So I would be surprised if there was another large group. Just need time to get my city set up and all my units in patched up a little bit so that they can carry on fighting without being terribly injured all the time. Looking at you, Roland. Always basically on his deathbed with his great axe. Alright, Nikareth here. This is the lady that scares me. And I don't like that she has order either. It's going to be harder to deal with them. Flammic's turn should go pretty quick, I think. Because I think I just took out 5 of his stacks. Yeah, not too bad with him. Alright, time to set up shop. Fortunately, we had one quiet turn. Well, I say that even after just, literally just fighting somebody. We just need to get the city here and unpack city. There we go. Oh, that displaces. Okay, that's interesting. That displaces your army when you do that. Now I'm wondering if I could also, while doing this, and it looks like I could, begin the process of capturing this walled waterworks. So I'm gonna have her move back in with that city, so she's guarding it. And then, yeah, this should work. So if this guy goes here, can just do capture. And he may not even need to stay there, but I guess he may as well because, well, he's not healing though, because that's technically enemy territory, so let's move him back. He's not really getting much healing anyway, but if I move him there, any army at absolute full. I think Genghis's is probably close enough, but I would rather just leave everyone together, or even every single unit can get even just a small amount of healing. It's probably fine. I don't think anyone will interrupt it, and if they do, I'll just take them out on the next turn. But just definitely want to get my borders up. So, is everyone in the same province here? Because there are spells that can target all armies in a province, so maybe on that note it would still be worth splitting up. Yeah, I'll split up. Have one unit here, have one unit here. So we're split up into a few different provinces in case there's a spell. And no matter who gets attacked, it's going to be full stacks fighting, so I think we're good. I'm going to leave the setup like this for now. And just focus on getting these other units caught back up. They got quite a trip to make, don't they? Covered some serious ground here. Okay, you chill, you chill, you chill. Salvation is ready. Okay, good. I got a very nice healing spell. And then what do I want here? Those are race transformations. They don't do me any good. The light spirit could be useful. I'll pick that up. Actually, I do want to make sure there's nothing else in Tome of Sanctuary that I wanted. Because I do remember there being a lot of stuff in there that I was excited about. Consecrated Domain. Yeah, I really would like that. Especially with how I'm going to be able to spread my territory everywhere. I would rather have the extra 2 resistance and morale. That's too good for me to pass up. Okay. I'm going to re-roll until I get that. There it is. Looks like I actually started in on it at one point. Okay, and I can also pick up Destined Conquerors, so that's going to be a bunch of extra. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 350, plus maybe a little bit extra for multipliers, I think, depending on how that all works. So I'm at mana I'm just kind of ignoring, but let's say 350, that'd be 276, that would be 576. So we're more than doubling my gold income. That didn't make a difference at all. Wait, did that glitch? That can't be right. It doesn't look like it changed my gold at all. I'm really hoping I didn't just waste all that Imperium. Maybe it'll calculate going over to the next turn. Huh. Oh, is this a one-time thing? Did that just... Is that a one-time thing? I thought that was per turn. I didn't pay attention to the other gold number, so I don't know what it said before this. But I'm going to feel really dumb if that's how that works, because I was pretty sure that was per active war. I distinctly remember using this in the game that I played with Steve, when I was playing as the Reavers. I distinctly remember using that and getting a lot of extra income per turn out of it. So maybe that got changed at some point. I mean, I still... Maybe... Oh, you know what? I think I might know what it is. I don't have a capital right now, and I think that's where the money is sent to. So I'm pretty sure that... the capital does still generate income, but it's kind of like hidden. So maybe when that city unpacks, it may calculate. That's probably what's going on here. Should have maybe waited until that was ready. Okay, we got salvation, and we're at the end of the turn, because we're just unpacking, so... Drop the quick save again, and then try to get our city up here. Should be able to reach back and pick up Clawmark Cave quickly. Lots of resource nodes back here that I still want to finish pillaging. I think I can reach all the way to that mana node at this point. I hate not having Imperium. I really need to hold as many of these Ancient Wonders as I can as I move around the map. Does anyone know, a side note here, if you're playing as the other nomads, the scavengers, or looters, or whatever they're called, when they get, because they can get essences from the Ancient Wonders, do they get the Imperium income from them too? Are they able to pile up Imperium income like that? I don't remember. I played one game, in fact my first game with the Nomads I played as the Scavenger types before realizing I liked the Conquerors better. But I don't remember if they keep the Imperium from the Ancient Wonder Essences, which is not something that the Conquerors can do. I feel so vulnerable every time I'm moving my city, it's terrifying. Still on Nicaret's turn, and it's taking a long time. Fortunately, Nicaret's borders are way back here. I wouldn't be surprised if she's chasing me, though, coming up from behind. Hopefully she's got her hands full dealing with these infestations that are dropping everywhere. Okay. Ooh, look at all that. Oh, it goes all the way to his capital. All right. Well, we can work with that. I believe Alfred's end is near. Okay. Teal's already got a decent-sized army being rebuilt out here. Although they look a little fresh. Not a lot of, like, exalted ranks or anything just yet, but they tend to pick those up pretty quickly. Okay, I think my... Yeah, spoils of destruction. I mean, that's not it. I'm not sure how this is broken down, but it does look like I'm getting... Because now I'm at 644 gold and 914 mana. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is working, as far as I can tell. It just must not be active when you're moving your city. Okay, we have so much pillaging to do. I think I'm going to ignore Rampart and Flint Wall and really just... Ooh, they've got haste berries over there, though. I do want those. I've been kind of overdosing on silver tongue fruit and rainbow clovers this game. I do still need to get that one. Maybe not to the extent that I thought I did, though. I was thinking I already had like 3 silver tongue fruit, but I only have 2. Okay, well, we're definitely going to pillage stuff from Alfred, and probably, if I can grab this tile here, that gives me a good opportunity to siege Flint Wall, too. But Alfred's definitely target number 1. So, if I reach out from, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, I can totally reach that. I just need to do it over the course of same number of turns, and he has... I can do like a thin line here, because all this is still going to be connected, so I'm not disconnecting any of his provinces. So the tithe collector and this, the quarry, are what I need to go after next. And I think I can do both of them on the same turn. So we're going to work on that. I need to decide where else my city needs to expand to and what I want to build in it. I already know that per Chris Lighthawk's advice, I do want to make the item forge, so we're going to work on that. And then I'm going to grab anything that's got this. No, this tiles is watchtower, so I guess that's vaguely useful, but mostly I need to go after... I can't get the city ruins. Let's just plop a gold mine there, plop a research post here. I'm trying to think of if there's anything specific that I need. I guess I'm going to need at least 1 conduit to get the monolith. So I guess I'll grab a conduit. And maybe another research post, just because they're nice to have. And if I could get that gold, but that's on the city ruins tile, so I can't get that yet. I've got so much population that I can just spam everywhere. We'll definitely pick up Clomart Cave again. I can pick up a mine here, even though the mine is pillaged. Or, you know what, I should probably grab, like, farms and, you know, the basics. Like, I could get a quarry here. I'll take a farm here. It doesn't really matter that much what I pick, I don't think. It would be maybe nice if I could reach all the way out to get the Eternal Bed Chambers, but I'm just going to get pillaged by guys coming in from the infested areas behind me, so I'm not sure how worthwhile that is. I may just take space around here to prevent... Actually, these would be good to grab now, because it gives me a good siege option against Helix Hold up here if I go back north. So making this into my territory. This also controls the cave entrance too. In fact, I could maybe even extend underground a little bit. So let's take I don't think the foresters really do me much good right now. I mean, it's a little food and a little draft, but I do know that I'm going to want the Pyre Shrine on a spot that I can protect easily. Probably here, actually, is a good spot for the Pyre Shrine. So we're going to swap that mine out with that. And I need... This is going to be my new war camp. But I need to pillage the tithe collector first. For now, the war camp, I might be able to put it here and then just start reabsorbing it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just to give a little bit of extra healing for units in this city. Although I'm not even sure that I'm going to leave any units in this city. Okay, let's do a farm here, just like some of the basics. The forester there is fine. And kind of make a circle here around my territory. Let's see, I've got plenty of provinces left that I can expand to, so I can't see what's... Oh, there's some sort of a faded region down there. That could be interesting. What do we think that is? It's not the big... Okay, there's like a bone... There's one of the underground dragon, big dragon bone things, I think, is down there. I was kind of hoping for the one that's like a giant long canyon that you can get item forge materials out of, but I don't think that's what that one is. I have to send a unit down there to look. Maybe once my scout gets back into the area. For now, we'll just, you know, the basics, farms, quarries, wherever I need them is fine. Maybe I can reach that. It'd be kind of close. That gives me a good... Okay, this gives me a good attack angle on Promise Hall, so I'll take that. And just kind of fill in this whole area with my stuff. The only reason that I'm hesitant to expand further back this way is because it puts me in territory that's already under control of like infestations that are just going to immediately pillage it and make it difficult to disconnect those provinces later. I don't necessarily need those provinces right now, so I might actually just save them for either expanding underground, taking the city ruins on the next turn, but mostly for expanding rapidly in this direction. I don't think I need those provinces, so I'm not sure that there's any point in going back to try to get them. I might stretch out and try to get the Eternal Bedchambers here again, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it, so let's see. I can always disconnect. Yeah, I can't go back that much further, and this guy is going to be all over me here in a second. Okay, I'm going to pack this reabsorb that one if I can in time. Yeah, there's not enough other room for me to expand. I just have to carve my way through enemies, which is fine. That's what these guys are good at. So we definitely want to start with that tithe collector. Probably using a unit. I think this was the faithful one because he's injured. Yeah, using this guy because he's injured. I'm going to send him out here. He's going to hang out with his ritualist buddy. They're going to get started on pillaging that. And then if I can reach out for the next one, which is here, I could maybe get two at once. Yeah, if I disconnect that, I could maybe even get three at once, depending on how... 1, 2, 3, 4. I can really only get two safely, so we're gonna opt for the safe option. Man, this guy really needs to stay and heal for a turn, but I don't have that luxury right now. I think I'm going to send him out into the middle because I need to do a similar setup like I did on the last turn when I was protecting my city. I need one army on there and then two in between. So he's going to have to deal with being one of the in-between armies. And then Genghis can go out there. Let me make absolutely double sure that everybody's got enough movement to do what I'm trying to do. I've lost track of one of my stacks. Where's the other one? Oh, they're down here on the waterworks, right? Okay. So you guys go here. Genghis's army goes here. So everybody's protected again. And then I can pillage 2 things at once. And I'm going to continue to build, especially knowing that I got the Pyre Shrine down. Probably need to make sure there's no other buildings I can insta-build. I do want to get the Sanctuary down. That would really slow down people pillaging my stuff. I might actually hurry that somewhere. Maybe the Sanctuary counts as a conduit, right? I want it to be kind of close to... Yeah, I'm not using that war camp for anything right now. So I'm actually going to change this to a Sanctuary. We're going to put it on the war camp. I'm going to switch this, and then I'm going to hurry it. There we go. That should help make it a lot more difficult for people to siege my stuff. And then I can get the item forge and then go from there. Okay, we turn those off. I think this is a good setup for the moment. Did I just pick up another rainbow clover from somewhere else? Oh no, it's counting the one that's in my borders, but I'm just working on converting it to essence. Okay. And then all these guys can come down here. I could use them to guard the walled waterworks. Are any of them injured? Yeah, they're in good enough shape. Let's just make sure we have full stacks on it. So, you guys there. Then this stack, just slightly injured, could go there. Guys there. 1, 2, 3. Yep, they're all guarded. And then these last few guys in the city. I'm not actually even sure that... You know what? I'm going to leave them all in the city just so they're all getting XP from the walls. I don't think that guarding the waterworks is necessarily worth it. It doesn't seem like anyone's going to bother it. Because there's a city-state down here, but they generally don't mess with the ancient wonders, from what I can tell. And my armies are being aggressive enough that they're going to draw all the aggro. So I would rather just leave all these units gaining XP in the center of the city. And last but not least, should probably decide what units I want to be building right now. As much as I want to just spam endless amounts of Pyre Templars, we don't have the Imperium for that, so we got to stick with our tier 3s and tier 2s. I do think maybe making a couple lieutenants with Faithful might be useful. Maybe just 1 or 2 can be helpful. I might do just 1. Yeah, I don't want to have too many of those. But mostly tier 2, so yeah, we'll just keep making more paladins and champions and leveling them up as fast as I can. I think I did buy a bunch of extra archers last time. I'll get another one of those. Just have a whole line of units ready for production there. Okay. And the last thing that I need to do, because we've moved to the city, is give the Whispering Stone back to them. And click through the thousands of your domain is in invaded notifications. Technically, this wasn't my domain at the beginning of this turn, but now it is. Okay. I'm really glad to have that Sanctuary here. That's going to make life a lot more of a pain for the enemies. Okay, I think we're ready for the next turn. Make sure you guys are all within range to assist Genghis. It looks like you are. Let's do it. Your move, Alfred. You're running out of options. It would be nice if I found Flammic down here too. He seems to have a lot of cities in this area. In fact, one of the first fights I had with Flammic was like over here near this mountain. It was this city that I pillaged from him. So he definitely has more over here. I would expect that I could find his capital and knock him out too. He doesn't scare me as much as some of the others, but the way I figure, if I move fast enough in the southwest direction, I'm getting further away from the computers that are most scary right now, Nicoreth, and I can kill their friends before getting outnumbered if I'm quick. So I'm pretty sure... Yeah, you know what? Now that I think of it, I'm going to definitely want to take both of these provinces because I can get the Ancient Wonder too, and I've got plenty of population to support all of this. Oh crap! We're getting another one of these targeting right next to me. I might actually be able to clear that one. It's so close. If I can find time to not be pillaging things, which is actually quite difficult. But yeah, if I could take both of these, that gives me a great siege option against Flintfall, sets me up for getting haste berries, and is also nicely centralized with some good resources. Particularly considering the Ancient Wonder there, and my desperate need for Imperium income. Okay, Subjugator and Shining Armor confronts you. I'm an Oathbreaker. Oh, he took the oath. It's like, I'm not a paladin class. I can't be an Oathbreaker. Offer riches to corrupt the subjugator into a war breed. Wait, if I give you money, you turn into a giant grotesque monster? Is he one of my... He is a Mongol. I mean, that's unique. I don't want to lose knowledge return. I would rather just pay the guy. I could spend mana and get city stability. I don't really need that. I'll turn him into a war breed. That sounds like fun. And it's a Mongol. So, also, do war breeds have regeneration? They do. Ooh, we could do something with that. Because now he has transformation ascetics, so theoretically unlimited health, plus natural regeneration. He's weak, though, and he doesn't have faithful, so I'd have to be careful around that. But melee attacks deal +4 physical damage on top of everything else. We could get some mileage out of this guy. Okay, there's definitely a spot for you in my army. Possibly in Genghis's crew. Just who am I gonna drop to make room for you is the question. Maybe one of the maybe one of these champion guys, since they're also a charge unit. I think Genghis has that book that helps clear status effects. I'll probably put you with him. Well, first things first, we've got territory to take. So I will just take this. Yes, I want to do that. And already I've created 4 more units. Holy smokes. Okay, I gotta start remembering who's who. I might at some point start just straight up replacing units that don't have faithful. I can also take this while I'm at it. And I believe I'm being pillaged somewhere. The sanctuary should slow them down a bit. I did manage to disconnect that province in time. I might do the same for that mine there. The mine feels a little less important because I've got multiple connection pathways to it. Okay, then I can also go here and take this quarry. Removing this province would disconnect other provinces from the city. No, it wouldn't. Oh, he probably doesn't have... Okay, I think I need to go take that one. He probably doesn't have the reach because he's got to go through 2 provinces here to connect to this one. That's annoying. Okay, he doesn't have the reach to get to it. So I need to go back and clear these 2 provinces. However, one thing that I do definitely want to do right now is add the war camp to this tile here. That gives me a nice forward regeneration there for health. I could also get the Spelljammer. That actually would be very useful. Would be nice if these guys weren't all pillaging me. I think I'll send... You know what? I'm going to send a bunch of my extras to go deal with all this stuff that's behind me. Yeah, okay. I need to divide up who is faithful and who isn't, because this is starting to get to be a bit much to manage. So I know all 4 of the, or all 5 of those units are faithful. You're a faithful unit. I want to know at a glance who is and isn't. I already know the boar isn't. And I'm pretty sure none of my lieutenants, except for the one that I just made, would be faithful. Does it actually show you somewhere like you could just hover? No, I have to click into it. So you are not, which doesn't surprise me because you're very highly promoted. You wouldn't be. I haven't made any. None of these guys, none of those foot soldier guys would be. I want to stack as much XP on the faithful units as I can because they are longer term more useful to me. You are not, so you go down here.
Yeah.
None of those lieutenants would be, I don't think. How about the archer? No, not you. And the raider definitely isn't, so... okay, so this army's all unfaithful. Makes them sound bad. But it is kind of funny. Okay, not you. Not you. Not you. The Scald wouldn't be. You wouldn't be, and you wouldn't be. And then this guy is not faithful. Some of these archers might be, though, because I made some new ones. Yeah, that the 2 or the one of the low-ranked archers is the one on the left. You, I think. Yeah, so you are faithful. Okay, so it's just these guys for now. Everybody else is a bunch of unfaithful losers. Absolute losers. Okay. We'll leave them to their unfaithful, miserable fates. I guess they can, obviously, they're going to need to run out with me here, but let's see if I can divide this up in a way that makes it easier. So let's see. There's going to be 1 archer in the army with the Scald. That's going to be a faithful archer, if I can remember that. And then all these, the units with all those paladins, they're all faithful, and then... And then these stacks are just a random mess, hodgepodge of units, but none of them are faithful units. I'll leave the boar behind, so I'm at least getting XP on Mongol units, so we'll do that. And then you can go out with them. And you can also ride out with them, I suppose. I'm kind of surprised this one's not a faithful unit. He must have been one of the last archers that I produced before I got the Pyre Shrine. Okay, and then the rest of you just can chill there. Okay, so I will be able to expand quite a bit more on the next turn. I do still need to figure out who in Genghis's army is getting dropped for that war breed. I've thought about dropping this Magma Spirit multiple times, but he just keeps carrying his own weight. Like, that dude is amazing. I already know all these units are faithful minus the Magma Spirit and the war breed, obviously. So I think what we'll do is we'll drop this champion. I'll leave him on this left side so that I know he's a faithful unit. But he'll be on the left side of that city, and we'll add the war breed to Genghis's crew. Then what I can do is I can go here, pillage this province with them. This guy can finally get some much needed healing if he stands here. Then I can send this group out here. Yeah, they need to be like here. so they can still guard Genghis. And then these guys here. So then we pillage this and this. There we go. Looking good. Finally getting some healing. And then I will, once I have that, then I'll be able to do what I wanted to do down there. It's going to take place over the course of several turns. Now, for the units that are not faithful, I'm going to drop them down to the bottom of the city. That's kind of how I'm going to visually try to remember who is and who does and doesn't have faithful. Okay, so we got, yeah, the Spelljammer. That was the next thing I wanted. So that, I think I will put here, where that army is. It's very centralized. I know I kind of lose the mind, but I'm trying to get as many things close to my city and out of harm's way as I can. Although, this might be a better spot for it, actually. Because I'm sure I'll go after that altar of devotion? Devoration? What the heck? That's a weird... Okay, that's weird. I'm sure I'll go after that altar soon. So I might do something besides the Spelljammer on this turn and build it. I'm trying to build these things like the Pyre Shrine and the Sanctuary and the more like defensive-oriented city structures as close to the capital city as I can, so that they're easier to protect, because they are things that extend protection elsewhere. I guess I could throw the Carnival of Flesh down somewhere. It doesn't much matter where that goes. Have plenty of city stability. I should probably build the prison cells now that I'm moving further away from... Now that I might actually start keeping some prisoners, maybe I could build the prison cells. Any other useful buildings? Masonic Hall is always useful. I might actually just do that. That's a good one to default to. Conqueror's Tower gives draft and vision range. Let's go ahead and just get the production one, because that benefits everything else going forward. So I'll just do that. It's pretty simple, easy to do. And then we'll keep making more faithful units. I could actually get a faithful Scald. You know what? Let's just focus on our tier 3s for a bit. Just get a bunch. Just get a whole bunch of faithful tier 3s. That way we've just got extras to throw around at everything. Alright, you guys deal with that. We'll turn off spells. We shouldn't need them. Overwhelming numbers. Why? Okay, well, never mind. That's why. I wasn't actually paying attention to what was in that army. You know what? Out of principle, I'm going to sacrifice the unfaithful people. Because I am just that kind of leader. So I think it was this army on the side here, right? They're all the ones that are the good faithful people that I want to protect. It'd be, no, the army in the middle would be the ones, yeah. Okay, so all the heathens are on the outside. Minus that archer. I know he's faithful. Okay, so everybody else, you guys are the guinea pigs. You charge first. And if the Reaper gets one of you, well, you should have been more pious or whatever. And then I'm going to leave the army in the middle, and we're just going to clump everyone up kind of like this. I really probably should have just taken the auto resolve on this one, because I can replace these units so quickly and easily that I'm not sure that it even matters. Okay, I'm not sure what he killed. I think it was a lieutenant. I think it was one of my lieutenants. Yeah. Yep, it was a lieutenant. Bye, Lieutenant. It's nice knowing you. He should have his guard down, shouldn't he? Get some juicy flank attacks. I can, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. I need somebody who can charge the charge unit. You look like you'll work. Alright, just punch your way through all that, guys. I don't really have a better plan. And the lieutenant doesn't really do me a whole lot of good in a fight like this, so we'll just kind of throw these guys into the fray. Now he can do some damage. The Reapers are scary. I think I'm gonna do a smite on him. Nice flank attack. I probably actually should have used this on him, shouldn't I? Discern weakness. Oh well, we'll do it now. I forgot to use my Scald. I can't do much with him here. Champion Scald, Song of Revelry. That's the one that gives Rally. I can't buff any significant number of units with it. I guess I could give that guy a buff. Yeah, these guys could get something out of it at least. Need to remember to use the Scald early in the term to get the strengthen buffs and stuff. So if I throw him... Now, is this centered on him, or can that target... No, it is centered on the Scald, or a unit adjacent. So I can go like this. This. Get big buffs. There we go. That's what the Scald should be doing. Can't really move him as far as I was hoping. He can go pretty far though. Hi guys. Alright, this guy should go down on this turn. I want to port you behind the Reaper, I think. So let's... Yeah, let's use you to get the flank attacks. Finish him off. You teleport behind the Reaper. Mess him up. No crit for me. Maybe you back off and just shoot him. Alright, I'll just do that and then swap places. Puts him in defense mode and... or puts... at least guards him with another unit's defense mode. Then I can move up here. Not exactly sure what I'm walking over there burning. Okay, well, it's fine. Okay, and then I can go up here. I'll smite this guy. Smite's starting to do some serious damage. And then we can start trying to harass that hero. In fact, I'll teleport you onto those clovers. And if I could get somebody to finish this guy off, I would have a pretty good shot at damaging the hero. But I don't know that I have anyone with a range attack that can quite finish him. No, I do not. Okay. Well, I guess I will just hope for the best, and if I miss, maybe I'll hit an enemy. make it to that guy. You can if you sprint. Oh, 81 damage. Ouch. Alright, well, that's it for you guys. Alright, so we lost a lieutenant. How sad. He actually was pretty highly ranked, but it's fine to start cycling out those unfaithful units for new ones, so there's always more XP. We'll take the reward. In fact, you know what? Let's just disenchant that, because we're working on the... Oh, wait, we finished the item forge. I forgot. Gotta get Genghis's bow. I don't know what kind of bow, but it's probably going to have a high crit chance because we have a couple rainbow clovers. Alright, so that looks like a bow Genghis would use. Kind of a Mongol type bow. I don't know. It looks like a real world bow. I guess that's why I think it looks like a bow Genghis would use. The rest of them are a little more fantastical. Yeah, we could do big crit chance. But let's see what else we can get. There might be other... Okay, I'm going to do mark all as seen, because for some reason this menu lags really bad if you don't click that. Inflicting Sundered Defense is actually really good, because I have to remember Genghis's attacks... Well, let me double check to make sure exactly how this is worded to see if it'll work. But, he took an upgrade... Missile attacks now have 90% chance of inflicting bleeding on all enemies. So it doesn't actually damage enemies in 1 hex radius. It can just inflict bleeding. Okay, then I don't think that would extend to Sunder Defense. So that doesn't really help him as much. Let's go back into here. Okay, so basically, I think Sunder Defense is still probably a leading contender, though, anyway, just because it's very useful. Hero Slayer can always be pretty good, but 2 is kind of a big investment on that. I definitely want the increased crit chance. I'm just going all out on crits. He should be critting almost every time with this bow. Inflicting bleeding is always good. Inflicting condemned is good because it makes other status effects all more likely to trigger. And yeah, I think I might just do inflict condemned and then inflict sundered resistance. So I have the maximum chance of dealing a whole bunch of damage at once. Oh wait, I can't actually do both of those. Yeah, we're maxed out. So I could just do, I'll just do inflict sundered defense then. And then I need to go into my arsenal, and there is like a million things I can get rid of in here. So I can get rid of this, and now we have enough. Okay. I'm just gonna call it the critical bow, I guess. I don't have an ounce of creativity in me at the moment. Okay, so I've got an item on the way for Genghis. I need to select research, and these generally don't help me except for Blood Fury weapons would buff my War Breed. I'll do that, and it also finishes that tome off. And I might have a spell that I want to cast now. Consecrated Domain. Hopefully this doesn't backfire. Okay, well, that reduced my knowledge income for a little bit. 20%, that's pretty steep, jeez. Okay, well, but I do have Consecrated Domain up now, so any fights in my territory I'm going to have extra resistance on. Yeah, and extra morale. Should have probably done that at the beginning of the turn. I'm not always very good at doing things in order. Okay, we're now on to our next tome, and the next tome in line is actually this one right here, Tome of Crimson Rain, and it's basically, for a couple of reasons, it's going to be more useful after I pick up my next tome, but for now the main reason we're picking it is to get, not Mantle of Old Blood, it's Crimson Court. tier 3, 4, and 5 units that I own, and this is a city structure, not an enchantment, so it does count, gain extra hit point regen, which, as we already know, is extremely useful, and 10 more experience per turn on the world map, allowing me to level up and get even more use out of transformation aesthetics. So the sooner I get this, the better. It also gives Crimson Court Magistrates, which gives extra mana from successfully pillaging provinces and raising cities. Vassals also, well, okay, that doesn't matter. But basically, more mana. Now, that, I don't need more mana, let's be honest, but it's nice to have, I guess. And, of course, you also get a tier 4 unit out of the deal, the Blood Exarchs. I probably won't use them very much, but it is cool to have. The other things, the race transformation doesn't really help me. This one kind of does. I do have some units that can benefit from Mantle of the Old Blood, namely the Warbreed, the units that I have that look kind of like an Aegislash Pokemon. I can't remember what they're called. I can remember the name of the Pokemon, but I can't remember the name of the unit in Age of Wonders. But yeah, the holy floating shield looking things with wings, it'll benefit them. So we're gonna take this.
Blood carries greater power
And we
than
definitely want to get Crimson Court Magistrates absolutely first. So everything else can wait. I'm going to shuffle research a whole bunch of times.
The soul resides.
We have
and so we
the ability to do that, and we'll grab Crimson Court, which I would probably get faster if I didn't have that spell screw everything up. Okay, we'll get the we'll get this, yeah, we still need to get the Spelljammer. We'll get that on the next turn. Okay, rural Alfred is drawn to the, wait, what? Oh, he must have died trying to clear this tree thing. Ha, loser. He's not really worried about the right things right now, I don't think. Can I get out there and stop them from messing that up? Yeah, probably. These guys, again, were my faithful ones, right? Okay, so... Oh, but we've got these guys moving in, and they would probably catch up with me, so maybe we don't do that on this turn. We can wait. I don't have to save that tile on this turn or anything. So for now, we're just going to drop everyone back. Yeah. Fall back. I already know you have Faithful because you were with the other groups. I'm going to do a little switcheroo thing here to help my brain remember things. The only army with the Scald has a couple Faithful units in it, so I'm going to drop the Lieutenant. Come back. Actually, no, better idea. Keep the Lieutenant. Drop both champions. Add this champion. Then add maybe another Paladin or somebody who's kind of good. Okay, so now in the Scald's army, both the champion has Faithful and that archer. Okay. That's how I'm going to remember it. And then all of these guys have it. I'm just trying to dump as much XP on them as I can, and maybe at some point I'll have enough resources to justify sending a bunch of my other units that don't have Faithful on some sort of a suicide mission. I do really wish... One thing that always has kind of bugged me, both in this Age of Wonders, it's less of an issue in this Age of Wonders game, it was more of an issue in 3, but when, like, I build the Pyre Shrine, it would be really nice if the game, like, remembered any units that I had made in this city, and then retroactively applied the bonus, because it's just kind of cumbersome to do it this way, to try to remember, or you end up in it with a motivation to, like, not build units because you're waiting on a shrine. I don't really like that. It's a little bit more micromanagement that I think I care for. So it would be kind of nice if that was changed at some point. Just saying. Because you still wouldn't get the bonus until after you had built the building. Holy crap. Oh, hey, this I could take. Yeah, let's just grab another mine there, I guess. Or, you know what? I might need the quarry because the monolith is something that I've been working towards. Okay, I just got another paladin. Where did he get shoved? Man, I'm starting to have some, like, lag on screen here. That is a faithful paladin right there. Okay. Trying to juggle units around. There we go. Alright, so now with the Scald, it's the Paladin, the Champion, and the Archer all have Faithful. Promise I'll send to War Party. Okay, that's just... There's going to be a never-ending stream of War Parties coming at me. I'm just going to have to get really used to that. Okay, on this next turn, I should be able to annex like 4 provinces, I think. Oh, he's got a Sanctuary. Does that actually not do what it used to do? It might. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure that the Sanctuary does what it used to do. I need to check. Because it used to slow down the rate at which stuff would get pillaged. It does, still. Maybe I'm getting enough benefits. Oh, it's partially because of the war camp that I'm still able to... Or no, didn't that get changed too? No, this is just regenerating hit points for me. I'm not exactly sure why I'm able to pillage these things so fast. Because he does have a Sanctuary. I'm not going to complain about it, but it's unexpected, I guess. Okay. Any spells I need to be working on? I mean, I like Revels of Carnage, but I keep getting backfire events. I guess I'll channel it up again, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I really don't think I'm gonna in future games have all these leave it to where all these spells are backfiring, because this is just a little too unpredictable for me. Hopefully it's fun to watch though. Okay, I didn't forget anything on this turn, did I? I intentionally did not hurry that. Although I probably should have, actually, because I could have managed to get the mana obelisk built. Oh, well. I was surprised that this was pillaged. This city, my capital, might end up being pretty close to population 30 by the time I'm done here with Alfred. Oh, I was also going to mention one of the other reasons why I picked Tome of Crimson Rain next is it does get me up to 10 Chaos, which I'm actually not going for the last Chaos Tome, even though I just got to exactly 10 Chaos. But it does help me get down the Empire development tree a bit faster. I hear scary noises over here. What's going on? Weird eldritch stuff, I guess. Okay, well, he moved off, so I could go after those guys now safely, I think. Not sure where are you going? Like, the party's over here, so maybe he's getting distracted by infestations. That's kind of what I'm hoping for in this game, is that the AI just is constantly distracted by all the other things going on the map. I should probably make sure that none of the... I need to keep an eye out on all those things that are the Cataclysm locations, and make sure none of them are targeting a resource node that I want to overharvest. Which right now, I think I'm good. There's one targeting down here, but there's no resource nodes on that tile. It's just a tiny little province, or forest province. So I'm not worried about that one. Okay, now we should have a lot more flexibility with where we can What provinces? So we'd start by taking this tile. I only have 4 left, so I gotta be a little more thoughtful in what I take, but I guess it never hurts to have more farms. So I'll take that. That'll get me a bunch of extra production and stuff. This is all going to go into a spell jammer on that tile, which because of the extra production I can do instantly. Okay, there we go. So that's a little bit more defense for me. Then I'm going to, gosh, I'm going to have so much production this turn and draft. Holy crap. Okay, I need to pay attention to where all these new faithful units are coming in at. I'm pretty sure neither of you are, but... Okay, yeah, I've gotta split some units up here. Okay, so you are a new faithful unit. I'm gonna put you there for now. I'm pretty sure I just got another. You are... So I'll put you here for now. Are any of you? I don't think any of these would be, other than maybe you. Okay, no, I didn't build the archer. I think I'm just kind of going back and forth between, how many are left? Yeah, it would be either champions or new paladins. So maybe this guy? Yeah, he's got it. Okay. This is a mess. I need to just... It'd be easier for me to just get these guys out of the city entirely, and then I know exactly who has it and who doesn't. I know that whole army does, and I know like half of this army does. Matter of fact, if I take you, and you, and you, I know those 3 units all have it. So we can actually just go send them out in this direction now. And then I can combine them with these 3 units. So all of them are faithful. All of these guys are faithful. And then it's just whoever else. If I have a low rank, another way of doing it is checking their ranks. So if like I have a low rank paladin or champion, which it does not seem that I do, then yeah, none of these guys are faithful. So I'm gonna actually split them off a little bit here. Oh good, I can also get this on this turn, but am I gonna, is he gonna come back to bite me if I do that? No, not on this turn, I should be fine. So let's take that while I'm thinking about it. I am going to probably need to discard another province, maybe that one out there. Or maybe this one, which is a bit vulnerable. We'll reabsorb that one. These guys are all not faithful, so I'm going to move them out of the city briefly. Actually, one of these groups needs to go with them, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I know how I'm going to do it. Okay. So the Scald has those 3 units. I'm going to get 2 more. So take somebody with you. 1 extra unit. How about the archer there? I really do need more archers. They are very good. I'm going to try to grab some more of them. Okay, go with the Scald. The rest of you get out of the city entirely, or at least out of the city center, because then what I can do is I'll know exactly how much I get when I annex this. It'll all go into units. Now, the next thing I probably want to do, let's go ahead and grab the Conqueror's Tower for the extra vision range. And then we'll take this as a farm. And I can also... Oh, this would disconnect that province. That's why I can't take it. Oh, that's annoying. Actually, I have to go down... I actually need a connection point. I need to go through... I need to take this province so that I can then take this one and then this one and then these other ones. Because he expanded down here. That's why I can't take this. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, I can do that. Although that's about to get smacked by a cataclysm. I don't know if that'll damage units that are in it. Does it tell me exactly when that's going to hit? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I definitely need that tile. So that's where we're going. Should probably read this specifically. Province has become marked. A cataclysm is triggered. If a structure is present in the center of province, destroyed or pillage. Province is low in our mark. Our spells permanently gain a 10% chance of backfiring. It doesn't say anything about damaging the units that are in it, but I'm still scared. I have an extra scout, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around here? Yeah. Okay. Go be a guinea pig.
Uh-huh.
But maybe, like, don't be a guinea pig alone, actually, because I just noticed something. So go down there with him. Because I'm going to be bringing my other armies down, and they're going to be operating in that area. I don't want a single scout to get pulled into a battle without backup units in case I get attacked. So, because, like, Genghis is coming back down here now. So you go down here, go ahead and pillage that. As long as we stay in Alfred's territory, he can't rebuild any of this stuff. And then you come here. You're technically in range of Genghis from there. He still needs his heals. And then everybody else can kind of just go into this territory here. This is fine. In fact, that's fine. I might do that fight just to get those guys off of that. That should be easy to do. Can you move 2 spaces? Okay, good. I'm gonna have you take that and then move back. I could let them go. Could get an astral ward or astral wisp. -5. I'm already at war with Rampart, so that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna. I don't really need that unit at all. I'm just gonna let him go. I don't want to deal with it. I think that might be the first good guy thing I've done. Okay, and then we'll just chill. Actually, yeah, we'll chill here. Okay, then you guys are good out there. I should have gotten 2 more units when I annexed those provinces. They'll go out here with her. I'm gonna get more archers that have faithful because they're like my main damage dealers, it seems like. So I'll get a bunch more of them because I want to mix more of them into these armies. We're starting to look a little one-sided on the melee units there. Okay. Once I can get another full 3 full stacks of all faithful units, this will be a lot easier to manage. For now, we'll just take a safe battle, do the auto combat. I think we'll be fine. These units are all they're kind of rookies, but I'll go ahead and allow spells in this one. Okay, pretty easy. Demolishing Skull of the Hound. Gives Unleash the Hounds and Demolisher. Units attacks, damage, fortified obstacles. I'm sure somebody could use that. Maybe the, You know what? Actually, I think I know who I'd like to give that to. If he doesn't already have Demolisher, but I don't think he does. I would like him to have that because he has 2 different cleave attacks that he could use to break a lot of stuff with Demolisher. So you can have that. Okay, we have managed to get them out of our way just in time for these guys to show up over here, so I'll go deal with that. In fact, these armies are just going to run around and kill things that are pillaging my stuff. That's going to be their whole job. Hopefully staying far enough away from the enemy to not get attacked by anything serious. These guys are going to just hang out, I guess. Yeah. Just hang out in the city and get the free XP over time. Okay, so I have more territory that I can claim, but I'm going to save that. My gosh, when it has those overlay menus, it really starts to lag. I'm going to save that extra territory choice that I have. In fact, I might actually need to disconnect something else to get another one, because I'm at 22 out of 23, so I can only pick one more. But on the next turn, I need to be able to grab like 3. So yeah, because I'm going to want to take this one, and then I'm going to want to take this one, and then this one. So I need 3 on the next turn. I will get a decent chunk of food once I'm done pillaging those provinces, but I don't think it'll be enough, so I need to disconnect more. I will start with you. Just basically things on the back end of the empire. And then maybe this here. Yeah, let's just reabsorb all 3 of those. Wait, no, I have a spare one, right? Okay, so I don't need to reabsorb all 3. I need to reabsorb 2. Then we can always disconnect more as we move towards Alfred. But yeah, I want to get a line of territory all the way right up to him so that I can do a very nice siege in territory that I can heal from. And yeah, you're staying in friendly territory because you're in a perpetual state of injury. We'll finish the Conqueror's Tower on the next turn. Might as well grab the mana obelisk, I guess. I don't know that I need the House of Charity. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to build this. I think I would rather just keep the gold income because I'm getting plenty of growth just from migrating or just from pillaging things, and eventually that's going to cap out at 30. And eventually I'm also not going to need the production as much either, so I'm just going to ignore the House of Charity. I don't have a need for any of these lenses either because I don't have any offensive combat spells yet, so I'm kind of waiting on those. I could take the Wizard Tower Crypts and get a lot of extra mana, but I don't need it. I might take the Arcane Observatory after getting Conqueror's Tower and just have a ton of vision range and True Sight. That's actually, True Sight's always useful. I'll take that. Queue that up. And we do have Rebels of Carnage ready to go. I can't cast it in place with a Spelljammer. I could do it on these guys. I want to check something before I cast this. How far away am I from what I consider to be possibly the most important? I'm 7 turns away. That costs 500. So I need 350. I'm making about 55 a turn. I'm on track to get this like right at the correct time. So I really don't want a spell to backfire and damage my Imperium income right now. That would be pretty bad. So I'm going to try to avoid that, and we're just not going to cast any spells this turn. Another person's been captured. We'll save you for later, for once I get the prisons. Just building other things that I feel are more important first. And I think we are at the end of that turn. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. It feels good to be kind of closing in on somebody's capital. Although I haven't done any major damage to the enemies in quite a while here, so that's a little scary. But at the very least, if they come into my territory now, I have things up like the like Consecrated Domain to help with resistances and fighting them off. So for the moment, going to just kind of chill and pillage as much as I can. I think once these 2 things go down, I'll go for the monastery and start trying to steal this from red next. And I'll just keep shifting territory from the back end of my empire towards the front. It is going to feel really good when I pick up 3 provinces on the next turn, though. Up there goes the cataclysm. Okay, did anything happen to my guys? Nothing did. I wonder if it didn't target that province because there was something already going down in it. Wonder if that's a way to block it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, nothing happened to that forester. And my guys took no damage, so I don't really know why. Still kind of, this whole cataclysms thing is completely new to me, so I'm kind of just winging it through this game on that regard. I would really like to pillage that sanctuary too. Get that out of the way. I'm just not sure that I really need to. I think at this point, I may take these 2 things on the next turn, and then I think from there I really need to... Oh, but I can't... Wait, hang on. Depends on how his provinces are set up. Okay, he's kind of got a weird around way that he can go. I'm wondering if I can just take the monastery, take this, and go straight at his capital. I think I could, because the way his provinces are set up, it looks like there's a connection point here, then one with the worker construct nexus, then here and here. I think his city's big enough, he should be able to keep his sanctuary. And I should be able to take this, because there is a thin connection point between those 2 provinces there, so it's not actually disconnecting anything. Okay, what's up, guys? I guess they want to be involved. Independents have been busy this game. Okay, now I should have plenty that I can expand to. So we're going to steal this. That's going to give us a bunch of... My gosh, these guys are getting built so dang fast. Okay. I'm going to take a... You know what? We haven't made a Scald in a while. I might make another one of those. Let's get another Strider. And then, like, what am I maybe lowest on out here? It's like they were going to go up and help with that. Okay, that army is the one that... Yeah, these armies are all entirely faithful. This is the one that only these 2 are. So we can also start switching them out. Do I have... I've got... Let's see, I've got... If I count up all the faithful units that I have, I've got 1 paladin and 1 champion. And I have in total 3 paladins and 4 champions. And then 7 paladins and 5 champions. I could use more champions, if anything, and more archers. So let's grab a couple more champions. I also think the champions are quite versatile. They're very useful, so let's get a couple of them, and then maybe 2 more champions. And then I think with that, we can probably have a pretty dang good army set up. And I think I can get them all on this turn. In fact, I don't even need all of that, because I'm going to be swapping out some stuff. But heck, it doesn't hurt to have extra units, so we'll just continue to build. Okay, so as I'm doing that then, we'll take this. That should give me a bunch more. Finishes off quite a bit. I can take this tile. I guess for the sake of having something different, we'll grab a research post here. That gets me the mana node, and then I can finally get the quarry ruins. Oh, maybe I did need to disconnect something else. Or maybe something got... Ah, that's what happened. They interrupted that. Okay. I'll clear this and then absorb that one. It doesn't really matter that much because I'm going to be taking these. I'm actually going to need to reabsorb quite a few things on the next turn. Yeah, okay. I think I see how this is gonna go. Okay, well, I've got a full stack of new faithful units here now. I think I'm going to send them all out to help out here. But I do need to kind of reconfigure my army a bit. So I know these two are faithful. So I'm going to get them out here. It seems like everybody wants to follow that road, so that's fine. These guys are all faithful. These guys are all faithful. Okay. So we basically just need to add 4 units to these groups. I've got enough for at least a paladin and champion in every group. Oh, you should probably add an archer. And then you guys have, let's see, 2 paladins, 2 champions. We'll add another archer. I guess that front group can take the lieutenant. So they're stacked. And then we got 2 paladins. Okay, I think we're good. So then from here, I want to add 1 more champion to that army. And then I want this scald somewhere. Maybe right in the middle there. Okay. And then this army can just take 2 striders. Okay, and then they are all faithful, so we're good there. Keep piling on the XP. I'm not even sure that it matters for these groups, though, now that I think about it, because they're not fighting in anywhere where there's cleansing flames. But they may be useful to future heroes later as I pick them up. Speaking of which, wait, why is this a tier 4 item? Bolstering regeneration isn't that good. I mean, it's nice, but I'm gonna scrap that. Crimson Sovereign. This is kind of a useful spell, and one that I might actually get some mileage out of if I pair it with one of those the amplification lenses or whatever they are that I can build in my capital. It's also the only thing in here that does me any good whatsoever, so I'm going to take it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have these guys come back down here. And who else am I making? Another champion? Okay. I could probably use another paladin after that. I'm just going to keep building these armies of extra paladins, champions, striders, and the occasional scald. I could get the mana... No, wait, we need the Crimson Court. More than anything, we need the Crimson Court. In fact, I'm going to hurry the production of the Crimson Court. I want it that badly, because that's just more XP for all of my tier 3 and higher units every single turn. I can't put a price on that right now. So, and after that, you know, the spell that I'm researching now is probably what I'm going to base the lens off of, because none of my future tomes really have a lot of combat spells in them that I had planned. So I think this one, which affects multiple units, up to 3 enemy units sustain physical damage and get blood parasite. So it does damage and it gives a debuff. So it gets the best of both worlds out of these lenses. So I could add fire damage to it and cause it to inflict misfortune, because it's a chaos spell, or there's a shadow component to it. But I don't think I'll have enough shadow affinity in this game. I'm not sure how much how much affinity you need for this, but I'm probably going to go with chaos just because it can inflict misfortune. I could always deconstruct it later too, if I want to. Is anything else I need more? Like I keep procrastinating some of these, but it's also not, they're not urgent. I think I'll probably just take the Chaos Amplifier lands now, so that I have it ready to go when I'm finished researching that spell. I may as well. Okay. Should have pretty good... yeah, I've got really good vision range going out of my borders now. So it's going to be a lot harder for anybody to sneak up on me. In fact, I can see clear into Alfred's... wow, sad capital back here. There's not a lot going on over there, is there? You got kind of crammed up against the Astral Baron. I'm on that, like, Barons... or, not Astral Barons, but, like, Desert Pangea map. Oh, actually, you guys should go back to the, yeah, go back to the capital. Wait, is there something useful I could do with this guy? Actually, there is. Go pillage that. Yeah. I'll just be aggressive with that one scout that I've got. The rest of this army can go back, and then I'm going to attack this group, and then move on to pillage other things. So, you guys all should go back. Yeah, let's split those units up a little better. Give you a paladin. There you go. These guys go back. Okay. And these two have faithful, I believe. So, yeah, they're new. And we're building more. Okay.
Huh?
Hey, look who's finally back to tip-top health. Way to go, pal. I'm gonna need you to attack them. And we're just gonna do... you know what? Let's throw spells in here. Why not? Robe of Hexing. I think I already have something better than that on my ritualist. It's roughly equivalent. Actually, I think it might be exactly the same. Ignores 4, +1, and then 10 magic damage. Yeah, why is this a tier 3 item and this is a tier 4? I don't get it. It's something to do with the way items are randomized. Oh, you got level. Let's get that. I'm gonna just take melee attack damage, since killing momentum is the end goal here. And we'll give you Adeptive Chaos, just more crits all around. You could even give him... No, we're going straight for killing momentum. That's the most important thing. I could get Unyielding on him. That's pretty good. I know I want War Seeker. Unyielding is good. Or do I just want to give him more health? He is really struggling in the health department. Unyielding dispels 1 negative status effect per turn. He's also got that book that does that, but that might only affect units in his party. I can pick it up later. I want health on this guy. He keeps dying. Or almost dying. And then I wanted to check my cleric's items. Yeah, I'd rather her keep that. Keep what she's got. It's more magic damage. Okay. Now, the next step is how many provinces do I think I can annex on this turn? Honestly, like a lot. I think the next step is actually probably to take... No. The next step is to kill Alfred. Regardless of what I do, killing Alfred is the top priority. So you can keep your pretty forgotten Astralaria or Astrarium for now. I'm going to go pillage this stuff. The monastery, and if I can reach it, the farm out there. Can I reach that? Just barely. Okay. And then can you get far enough to assist? No, you can't. That's a bit of a problem. This army is a little too slow. I can't build roads in enemy domain, can I? I could build them in friendly domain, though, and then connect to that spot. I might do that. But did I ever pick up road building? No, I didn't. And I actually need the Imperium right now because I'm saving up for this. It's available in 6 turns. Yeah, it'll be coming online just in time for me to siege Alfred's city. So, yeah, I need to go straight at Alfred right now. I just might not be able to pillage quite as much as I wanted to. Although, these guys don't necessarily have to be caught up with everyone else. They could catch up on the next turn. So I could leave them here and then run them up on the next turn. As long as the others can get close enough. Although the problem is that I can't reach the monastery. Well, I could do it with another random unit, though. Like, I've got all these extras here. Okay, that's how I can do this. So he's gonna get left behind on this turn. But everybody else who should have enough movement is going to go running up to the front line there. I can almost start sieging Alfred's capital in this turn, but I'm just a little bit too far. So, yes, we cut through enemy territory here and start pillaging. I go to send her out, and then Genghis goes and joins them. Genghis is so dang close to being able to pillage, but not, or to being able to siege, but not quite. I'm one space short. Ah, okay. That's okay. We can wait one more turn. But now we're in his face. He might counterattack on this turn, but he's doesn't have a whole lot of super scary stuff other than some high level heroes there. And then what we can do is use all these extra units that I've got laying around, plus this guy's army, to deal with the monastery that's back here and make a link of things that I could chain to get this territory under my control. So I'm gonna do that. You go here for now. You guys go here and start that process. And then I can send, that army's a little too slow. We'll send the, oh, yeah, actually, you guys are a little further away than I thought. Who's fast? Who do I have that can actually get out there quickly? You could make it. Okay, we gotta split some guys up in a funny way, but we can do it. Because, like, you can make it out there. I know both of these archers can. You can make it. And then... You can make it. Better than nothing. Does anyone else have, like, 26 movement? You've got 26. I think I'd rather, if I could get the lieutenant. No, I can't. Can't get them. Alright, you guys will have to be good with 5. That's alright. It should be fine. I don't know if... Can Red run up to attack me there, though? That's a little... Ooh, he can. Red might take that fight.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's a little scary. That could really hurt. Red's got some good units in there. I would win, but it would be messy. And this doesn't do me a whole lot of good here because a lot of the units that are currently out here do not have Faithful. So, enemy units in this province suffer marked. I'm going to try to take advantage of that because they are all in the same province. So I'm going to use Watchful Eye here. Do I actually have enough range units that would benefit from this? I do, I think. Yeah, I have a decent number of range units in there. So we're going to cast Watchful Eye. Any enemy units that go into this province will suffer marked. Or is it enemy units that are currently in the province suffer marked? I'm not sure. It's blocked by a Spelljammer anyway, so I can't do that. I could damage everybody who's in I might do Consecrating Firestorm on their city, actually. Or maybe Watchful Eye would work. Or maybe both, actually. Okay, that reduced my gold income. That doesn't matter. They're marked. Or they should be. Doesn't say they're marked, but it's a little strange. Maybe I'm not understanding how that spell works. Enemy units in this province suffer marked. It might still not matter anyway, because I think they'll leave that province. It may be tied to the province, not the enemies. But I'm just gonna... Okay, well, made my spells cheaper, so at least that wasn't a bad effect. And I fried a few guys. I can now rechannel Watchful Eye. Not too many bad effects from that one, at least. Okay. Well, a little nervous about all that, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I have other problems to deal with back here, so I'll deal with them. I just produced so many units on this turn, oh my gosh. Okay, new Empire development skill. Nothing matters other than the raise one. That's what I need. Alfred Elderstone's back. Hopefully he stays there. I really wanted to lock him down in that city on this turn, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. I'm a little nervous about this group here. They're not looking great. I'm going to move these guys into a position where they can hopefully help. But right now they can't, so I may have to replace some guys. This could be one of Flamek's last big stands. I don't know. Yeah, you know, Flamek's probably got more under his belt, because I still haven't found his capital. Oh wait, never mind. There's his capital. Okay, well we can maybe knock two enemies out here pretty quickly. We can take out Alfred and Flamek and get into a corner of the map and push out from there. We'll be in a much better position than we were earlier when we were dead center surrounded by people on all sides. This is definitely preferable to that. You know, this seemed like a really aggressive city placement at first. But in retrospect, I still feel so far away from everything that I'm targeting. Oh crap, I forgot to disconnect provinces, so I won't be able to actually absorb all of those on the next turn. I need to disconnect like 3 of them. Maybe I'll get enough to at least get like 1, but I really needed more, because I wanted healing out here where Genghis is. In fact, I wanted to move my war camp out here. Specifically to where that monastery is. I knew I was forgetting something. Hopefully it doesn't come back to be too much of a problem. Okay, here we go. Risky battle. Alfred's fighting back. He does have his Spelljammer helping him out in this fight, which is going to make things a little more difficult. And he's got some high-level heroes, so this was also one turn before Genghis got his nice bow, unfortunately. I am not willing to accept that. Retry. I think we can do better. Okay, what is that?
Huh?
What did you just get affected by? I have no idea what that was. Okay, can we slide to one side of this fight and make things easier? Definitely the side with all the heroes and the leader. I would like to take Alfred out quickly so that he doesn't have that combat advantage of being the only one who can efficiently cast spells this whole fight. Yep, everybody goes this way. That's the plan. Okay, and then he's gonna set that bush on fire, but it's fine. Okay. Alfred moved to the center of the map, unfortunately. I was hoping he would stay more over here. Now, I could drop a pretty nasty fireball right in the middle of all that. I can also hit these guys and maybe take away some buffs, but I'd rather hit that group in the center if I can. You know what? Let's just use it while we've got it. Still don't really have any offensive combat spells. Working on that. Let's get those pole arms up front and just prepare for establishing a front line here. These guys are going to have a pretty good AoE. I don't think I'm going to be able to really stop that. But I think I can replace regular fire with the cleansing flames, so maybe I can clear it off. Yeah, alright, let's move forward. Trying to, it's a bit of a clumsy front line, but I'm just trying to get something put together here. Something that protects the range units. There we go. That looks okay to me. I would have liked to have had this guy shielded, but can't have it all. Alright, then I'm going to move her up because I got a feeling. Now, they might drop it back there, but I'm going to try to defend a bunch of these units out here. And I'm hoping that I can get her to drop it right on that group, and then I can just use my ritualist to clear it off. Because I already know I'm going to take a big hit there. And then I can protect. You know what? I'm going to see if I can lure them into attacking that archer. Whoops, not you. I don't want you there. I want you here. Protect the archer because he might get struck by that big flame attack. And you move in this way. And then the two of you I want on the flank. In fact, move up just a little bit. Alright. She's got a juicy AoE, but I'm targeting... I'm trying to get units with that defense mode in there, so I'm not going to take as much damage from it as I otherwise would, and then I can clear it all off right away. frozen guy. Okay, I can fix that. Oh, my cleric took a big hit there. I did not see that coming. Oh, because I was counting on these guys to block for her. I wasn't anticipating them getting frozen. I really hope she doesn't die. That would screw up everything. This might be a salvation moment. Okay, there's the big AoE that I was worried about. We can clear that up. Okay, very thankful my cleric didn't die here. That could have been really bad. Yeah, I might need to use salvation to... Okay, well, first things first, I'm going to have her use... Well, no, I don't want to cleanse yet. I want... No, more than anything, I think I need salvation. Because she can heal stuff around her. She can't heal herself as effective. Well, she can, but I'm going to do this because holy crap, that was scary. Okay, now we've got volcanic eruptions for the rest of the battle. I can do Cleric's Favor with her, and I might do that on this guy. Yeah, I think she's going to hold her ground here. I'm not going to back her off because I can deal with that charge unit. But well, actually, no. I think I should back her off. Because Cleanse has a range on it, too. Okay. So I need to figure out a way to cancel this guy's retaliation so he doesn't hit her while she's moving away. If I can blind him, actually, that would work. Okay, I think I blinded him. That's blind, right? Yeah, okay. So now she can safely move away and actually even get somewhere where she's in bushes, so she's harder for range units to hit. Then I can do Cleric's Favor, which leaves an action point. And then I can do Cleanse, because this guy is just a mess of bad status effects. And then he can actually start attacking all this crap. I might even do Cleansing Flames here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That seems like a good spot to have it. That also puts him in defense mode. I have a pretty good chance to crit with this archer, especially since he's standing next to Genghis Khan. So I think I'm going to take that, and we'll see how much damage we can do. Okay. That was pretty good. And then Genghis can maybe start working on... Because this guy's not as big of a threat anymore because he's really beat up. I would maybe like to take that hero out. I wonder if Genghis used Decisive Command, if there's a way that I can kill that hero on this turn. Probably is, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing it. He's got a pole arm, which makes him a little harder to deal with, and my odds of hitting him from here aren't very good. Yeah, I don't think I can kill him. He's kind of dangerous. I would really like to. And this is one of those situations where I'm playing this game and the back of my mind seems to think there's some way to pull it off, but the front of my mind can't figure out how. It's mostly this guy being in the way, I think, is the problem. I could kill him. If I kill him, that gives me another pathway to reach that guy. The archer could even teleport behind him. I don't think he's in defense mode. He is in defense mode. Okay. So I would have to cancel his retaliation. Since he's in defense, well, actually, maybe Genghis could take him out of defense mode. I would have to get a lucky shot, though. And I probably won't get a lucky shot, if we're being honest. I could move Genghis, though, and get a better shot. Okay, I've got an idea here. It's a really weird, complicated set of things, but I'm going to hold off on that. So I think I know a way that I might be able to reach that hero and maybe kill him, but I think it's more important that I figure out what's going on over here first, because there's still a lot of crap out here. Also, Alfred's right here, so maybe I should be focusing more on killing... Ooh, yeah, I should be focusing more on killing Alfred. Forget that guy. As a matter of fact, I've got quite a few ways that I could get to him. I could cancel his retaliation. They did kind of take the bait on those archers there. I can teleport them away. I think you need to heal everyone here. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't leave her back turned to a bunch of nasty ranged attacks. Then I could drop this on Alfred, but it would create a fire surface, and it would be a regular... Oh wait, no, that one doesn't create a fire surface. Okay, so I'm fine. I think I'm just gonna go for the kill on Alfred. That seems like kind of an idea, like one of those things you can't really go wrong with. I am gonna go ahead and run up and cancel his retaliation and do a big chunk of damage there. I might actually have Genghis have those guys go again, so they can charge out here and bother those units. Genghis already has a chance to kill Alfred here. That would do a lot of damage. Hang on. This would also clear out some bad fire. Turn it into happy fire. There we go. So now my units are getting benefits from it instead of burning. That also, I think, does enough to where the paladin could actually kill him with smite. Smite Alfred. Yeah, he's down. No more spells. Now we have lots of options up here. I think I want to soften that guy up. Yeah, I'll take just the 80% crit chance from here. Soften him up a bit so he's not doing as much damage to my paladins. Do I want this guy to go again so he can hit that guy a bunch of times? I can almost kill. You know what? I probably will kill them because one of these will probably be a crit. So I'm just gonna take this attack. Yeah, there we go. They're dead. And that leaves you able to attack things. Probably should teleport you out of the nasty fire, but I need to make sure that wherever I send you is safe. Genghis still has not attacked or done anything, so I might still be able to do everything down here that I wanted to do. If I can remember how to do it. Is that a navigable spot? Yeah, you can go there. Okay, so I'm going to do something... Yeah, a little complicated with Genghis here. We're going to give decisive command to this archer. Then I want to move the archer down here to where he can get 2 hits with momentum on this guy. Then... Oh, but never mind. I ended up using this guy for something else. That was all part of my plan. Well, that's okay. I guess Genghis can just do something else. Are these guys in defense mode? are. Maybe I take them out of it. I don't know if I can. It's not saying that it'll cancel it. I'm gonna try it anyway. Are they like immune to being knocked out of defense mode?
Uh-huh.
Cancels defense mode and removes retaliation attack. Not really sure why that didn't work, but unless I grazed again and wasn't paying attention again, it's entirely possible. I think I'm going to send my paladin out here. This looks like a good smite opportunity because it helps protect this guy. He won't take as much damage from that hero if I do that. Okay, then I guess Genghis is going to go kind of into support mode here, because I can move him here, give Champion of War to this guy, and I have a better chance of landing crits, which... do I want to teleport him out first, though? I think I do, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna move him. If I teleport him here, he'll get some nice bonuses. Okay, we'll do that. Genghis can move back over here, give him Champion of War again, and then I can mess these guys up before they become too big of a problem. Okay, I dropped one. And then maybe one shot for you.
Uh-huh.
And do I need to pull anyone back or heal anyone, or just give someone momentum? I think that guy actually could benefit from momentum on this turn. Or smite. I might just smite with him, but... Okay. Let me move you up. That's a pretty big hit. And then I can do smite, which puts him into defense mode and protects the Warbreed, which I really do want to keep that Warbreed alive. And then I guess the next best thing is to charge their back line and start bothering all these units.
Uh-huh.
Who do I have left? You? Get out of the fire and just run around here, I guess. I don't have anybody that I need to pull back and heal right now, so I'm going to just see if I can trigger burning on him. No burning, but I did get a crit, so I'll take that. And I believe that's the end of my turn. I don't need to worry about Alfred's spells. And my cleric's still alive, so I've got ways of healing people. I'm probably going to drop my cleric's big battlefield-wide heal on the next turn, unless that archer goes down. That archer went down. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm still going to drop it, because I can heal the archer. I can resurrect them. As long as I don't lose anybody else. I just need to remember where they died. Are there two different armies in this battle? I think there's two different armies. I just now noticed that. Okay, now he needs to be tactically withdrawn. Fortunately, I have that support unit there that can do that. Yeah, I think I'm fighting two different armies, and I didn't notice it. Okay, this Revive does have a cooldown, but so does this, and this is going to give everybody a whole bunch of bonuses on this turn. So, because it's going to give everybody Fortune, and that's more crits. I think we want this. Yes, and it also consumes Fervor, which I have one stack of, I guess. That's fine. We're still going to do this. It buffs everyone. So I get lots of crits. And then I need to look and see what sort of spell options I have. Nothing crazy. Swiss Stripe Blessing might be good, but I think I might just not cast anything here. Okay, so I know you're in trouble. I want to get you out of there. That shouldn't be too hard to do. So I got Champion Recovering Windfall here. I just want to move you up just enough to where I can do that. I think this archer's good to keep shooting from here. I might actually pop the archer into those bushes because it should give me a flank attack and they'll be protected. Yeah. And can you pull him out? Yep, there you go. Pull him back. Now the question is... Oh wait, no, never mind. I don't have a question anymore. Lay on hands. Then you kill him. Then Warbreed gets to go have some fun. I wish I had immolation right now. Okay, who's an annoying unit that needs to go down? Because I could polymorph someone here. Probably would have given Death Ward to that, to him before running him out there, but oh well. Okay, that hero is going to go down on this turn. I may as well move this guy up here. Probably will have this archer, actually I'm gonna do this. Get a couple shots in the back that we can drastically lower his damage output. I want to use you to get rid of him. So the more I can hit this guy in the back, the better. There we go, he is just about dead. Mana Drain Touch is a free action. That would kill that guy, but I can't quite get behind him to make use of it. I guess I could just take the retaliation, but I was kind of trying to avoid that. Unless I have somebody else with a cheap little ranged attack. Now would be a nice time to have Snapshot, because I could use it to finish him off and then move on to something else. Genghis does not have Faithful, so... wait, no, I think he does, because he's a hero. Don't they get it? Or some version of it? Actually, I don't think he does. I think he would just set on fire if he stepped in that. Well, it's kind of a bummer. I wanted to do something else here, but I think Genghis is just going to have to shoot this guy. And then I'll rush that hero with the Paladin. That is a tanky hero for a mage. A little less tanky if I'm hitting crits, though. Alright, I might need a little more healing out here. I do have Paladins with Lay on Hands. I think I'm going to make use of that. And that makes it so you can polymorph that guy. You do a little beetle, which you can then beat up. And I'll have you go out here. More Cleansing Flames. Clears a status effect on my champion there. And then I can make this a guaranteed shot with Focus Aim if I need to. I don't have great odds of hitting, but I can make great odds of hitting if I need to. And I think now's a good time for it, so we're just gonna make sure we set somebody on fire here. Maybe that guy in the back. I feel like you can go toe-to-toe with him, so that's fine. I think that's everything. those guys are gonna get hit by a meteor. I forgot about that. I really like how he just got condemned removed just because of the item that Alfred has.
Uh-huh.
This is a very disruptive unit. Okay. Should be able to kind of finish him off fairly easily. Oh, he's gonna take a hit. I need to get my friend back up. There we go. Welcome back. Can I pin him? Yes, I can. Okay, good. Oh, wait, he's a flying unit. I absolutely cannot pin him. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just pick him off. Maybe now is a nice time to use Alfred's phase, because I could actually use it to get in his face and use Mana Drain Touch, and he's a mage, so he's not going to be able to do anything. Yeah, literally, I think all he can do is a quick stab now. Let's see, from here, my archer gets momentum and moderate chances to hit things, so we'll take those odds. Didn't quite work out, but if I could get, there's such a line of units here that I think I can just punch through one at a time. So I'll just do that. They're all gonna start dropping. If I move you to here, I think I might be able to do something. Okay. You go here for now. I want you here, because you can swipe both of these guys. It's not going to be enough for a kill, oddly enough. Not even with momentum. Okay. Well, I guess with a momentum and a crit, it'll work. You bother him. Now we're just chasing this group down. I keep accidentally double-clicking on units. There's a crit. Maybe you get out of the fire. Really loving all these crits. This is nice. Good. I didn't want him to run away. I still want to kill that hero. Oh, these poor people. I missed him, but I still inflicted burning. I didn't know that could happen. Oh yeah, that was a free action, so Genghis just gets to stab that guy. And he just stabbed me back. Two range units just shanking each other to death. Just because I can. No, we're not gonna let him run. Where's the fun in that? Come back. Wait, let me make sure that I can get the kill on this one with another unit. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Whack. Okay, that's gonna be it for you guys. Okay. Now the problem here is that I did not prepare correctly for this and make sure that I had enough tiles to reach all the way out there. So I'm going to have to back up and won't be able to start the siege on this turn. The good news is that Alfred is dead, and this is basically a guaranteed kill on Alfred as long as I finish this siege. So I just need to work my borders back out here. I could actually just start the siege now, and my borders would catch up with me, but I do have some pretty wounded soldiers out here. I'll have to figure it out once it cycles over to my turn. I really, really wish I had remembered to disconnect those provinces beforehand. Still got Eldritch guy, Rachek, out here running around, not really doing anything. If he and Yellow both tried to save Alfred right now, they could probably delay this siege by at least a good 5 to 10 turns. If not, just outright prevent me from being able to siege it altogether. But they seem to be off minding their own business somewhere. Okay, Flammic did not attack this group. I was worried about that. But he does have a pretty big, scary army here at this point. So I need to make sure that I respect that. He is not going to be a pushover, and he's probably going to try to prevent me from taking out Alfred. But if I can get my borders out there to where everyone is healing and is protected by things like my Consecrated Domain spell, that would go a long way towards helping. Okay, I just got a tier 4 item with Elemental Slayer and True Damage. That's pretty nice. I think I'm going to take that and probably give it to my Cleric, as well as Enchanted Armor. I get another hero in 3 turns, by the way. I should keep an eye on that. Yeah, it just seems like I should have more by now, but I guess it's only turn 68. This game is progressing much faster than most of my others have. Okay, so yeah, I had an item for the Cleric. That's you. Yeah. I'll take that. Okay, so the next thing that I can do, I unfortunately did not get enough food out of that to get enough extra territory. So I do need I need to back off here? Even if I did, I can only barely get these guys back in friendly territory. I think I've got a plan. What I need to do, we're not going to be able to start this siege yet, but I do need to leave at least one army in Genghis's territory, or not Genghis's territory, in Alfred's territory, so that I am preventing him from rebuilding all this stuff I've pillaged. So, and I also need to try to get out of range of this group, which could really mess me up if they attacked me. I think I would like to lure them into just attacking me now and getting this over with. It doesn't look like they can make it up to like level with where the Sanctuary Ruins is. Yeah, I don't think they can go any further than that. So if I back up to around where that Sanctuary Ruins is and use that as a staging ground, kind of, while Alfred's army heals, I think we could do that. It also is adjacent to the war camp, which I should probably... consider replacing that with a farm, but it's going to remain... No, I'm not going to do that yet. We'll wait until the next turn, because I need the healing from it on this turn. Okay, so that's the plan. everybody falls back to here. Gets lots of heals. You go there. And you go here. Yeah. There we go. Plenty of heals for everybody. We patch up. The scout comes off of the sanctuary ruins. And probably goes back with them for now. I don't think I want to do... Yeah, I think I'm going to fall back into a bit more of a defensive position here. So the scout goes back there. Your army, which is oddly enough the healthy one for now, needs to sit on that sanctuary ruins, stay in enemy territory, and prevent them from doing anything. And then these other extras are going to go back here. Yeah, some setup like this works. That way, any newly produced units, this would be an easier way to deal with misconfusion over who has faithful and who doesn't, is leave the center tile clear. Any newly produced units in there I know are faithful, and then they can go to wherever they need to go. Another champion, another paladin, then maybe another strider. Just keep cranking them out. I'll just have massive hordes, and that should do the trick. Okay, so I need to disconnect several provinces here, probably like at least 4. I might do a 5th one just to be safe, in case somebody runs in and starts pillaging something. Yeah, I'm gonna reabsorb this one. I thought I... No, yeah, I'm gonna reabsorb a bunch of them. Basically, a bunch that are bordering that guy up there. Also, this one here. Maybe not that one, actually. And I want to keep that one. I'll reabsorb this one here. I might actually reabsorb 5, just so that I have more than enough. And then I can kind of figure it out from there. I can always buy one back if I need to later. I could maybe reabsorb this one, although that's probably going to be under siege by a dragon on the next turn. So maybe I do this one too, or that one. No, that one I can't, because it would disconnect things. We'll do that one. Okay. So just reabsorb a bunch. Well, reabsorb 6. I only need 3, and then I can always buy them back if I need to on my next turn. But I want to make sure that I have enough to just buy boom, 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 all those, and the sanctuary, where the sanctuary is, because that's got, I think that has the rainbow clover. No, the rainbow clover's tile over. Oh, I'll still probably take it anyway. And then I can just stretch out to Alfred, and then on the next turn, that'll all be my territory, so I'll have more than enough movement to move back down and start sieging Elderholm after I take a turn to chill and heal. I could also maybe prevent these dragons from causing trouble here if I just attack them now. That's a doable battle, right? I think it is. Do I want to stop them from pillaging that first, though? You know what, let's go after these guys first. Then we can go back and deal with the dragon. We'll go ahead and we're going to not cast spells for this one. You know what? I just don't care. I can replace him easily enough. That's not worth doing a whole battle over. Sundering Staff of Dispelling. Okay, that's probably not something I'm going to use. So we'll just disenchant it. Oh, Genghis's bow is done. There you go. It looks exactly the same. You won't even notice the difference until you start killing people a lot faster. Okay, what other kinds of items can I get for people? Weapons are usually what you want to go for first, so I'll have a quick look around. A lot of my heroes actually already have pretty good weapons. My cleric just got a tier 4 orb. Ritualist actually still only has a tier 1 staff. Maybe I should have given her this a while ago. Yeah, I don't know why I never gave her that. It's quite a bit better. Also, you've leveled up again. Let's get this one that gives portability strengthened. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Prelude of Doom. Okay, I'm not worried about that on this particular turn. You know what? I'm going to try to disconnect this province as well, but I think they'll probably be sieging it again on the next turn. And I need to get one more unit back out here with these guys because they got hurt. I lost the one lieutenant. So who can replace him? One of you guys. Let's just throw another paladin out there. We'll add a lieutenant to the lineup. Although, to be honest, focusing more on the tier 3 units for the melee is probably going to be better. The archers, the striders are good. I think the striders are still worth making, but it's worth keeping in mind that with the Crimson Court, any units that are tier 3 or higher are going to be getting even more XP and leveling up even faster. So if I want to make the most out of transformation aesthetics, I probably should stick with that and have more tier 3s and whatnot. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it like that. You're right where you need to be. Are people withdrawing to the void or getting captured or in my crypt? Okay. I don't need to hurry anything. I have lots of units, so I could maybe hurry this, but actually that doesn't do me any good because I'm still a turn behind on this. Yeah, like I can hurry stuff, but there's just not a whole lot of point to it. I guess I could do the Wizard Tower Room of Recall, or not Room of Recall, the crypts to get a bunch of extra mana, or the prison cells to get a little bit of extra knowledge. You know what? Any extra knowledge helps. Let's just do that. And then I can, I'll still have everything done in time if I do that. Okay, I think we're at the end of this turn. I am going to probably save it here. I think this is a good spot to wrap up. But at least we have a plan going into the next turn. Now I just have to hope that I don't forget the plan in the next week between this time and when I play next. So I hope that was fun to watch. This is starting to get really exciting here, I think. As we close in on Alfred, things are getting pretty spicy, and I got a pretty big army here that I'm going to have to deal with probably in the next episode, so we'll see how that goes. But I hope that was fun to watch for everybody. Thank you so much for all your feedback, comments, and support. I appreciate all the advice I'm getting from you guys. It has made a huge difference in this campaign in particular because a lot of this content's still very new to me. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.